I asked Chat GPT-4, the latest generative artificial intelligence tool that is taking the entire economy by storm, how do I make more money online as a content creator? We're going to go through what the answer was as somebody who's a full-time content creator for over 10 years, your creator economy ambassador. We're going to fact check Chat GPT-4. I'm going to talk a lot about how I've been using this tool. I'm going to talk about if it's effective. Is it something that content creators can utilize? Is it accurate? All that and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Creator Economy live stream podcast show. It's your host, Professor Nez. Make sure you come on back.
What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it.
Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We've got some people jumping in already. Very excited. This is a live show, so replay viewers, podcast listeners, welcome. So great to have you here. I'm very excited to talk about this. Let me just say this right off the bat, that there is no denying that the latest, especially this year, the latest generative AI tools, and there's so much more. I mean, I've been experimenting with so many tools. And also, by the way, stick around because I've got a free download, a free guide for you. So stick around. I'm going to talk more about that. We're also going to be taking your questions live as well at the end. So stick around if you have any questions at all. But I haven't seen a disruptive tool, a disruptive technology like this since the invention of the iPhone. This is as important in 1995, 1996 as pretty much the start of connective internet. This is a tool that is absolutely taking the world by storm. And there's a really good reason for it too. I produced a couple of videos talking about Chat GPT-3 and Chat GPT, the original OpenAI open source generative tool. Fantastic. I can't say enough about it. I can't say, how much I've utilized this, how much I've implemented this in my business and my content, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I bit the bullet, and I mean, it wasn't really that much of a leap, but I acquired Chat GPT-4. This is the paid version. This is the latest version of this amazing artificial intelligence, generative AI tool. If you don't know what any of that means, basically, it's like having your very own assistant that you can ask questions about literally anything. It culls information from the entire internet, the history of the internet, and a whole lot more. And now this is the latest iteration of it, and it's just getting better and better and better. So this is going to be a juicy one. I want to say hello to Brian, Double J in the house. Christopher Levinson, good to see you from Los Angeles. Great to see you. George Fisher in the house. Fantastic. Great to see you. Come on in. Make sure you tap that thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And again, save your questions, because I'm going to answer your questions live as somebody who has eat, sleep, and breathe the creator economy for the last 10 years plus, full-time content creator, over 60 million views across all my socials, all my brands, all my channels. I have a lot to say about this. So I'm very excited about this. And I just want to jump right into it. And so here's what I'm going to do. I want to first talk a little bit about the differences. Okay, so I'm gonna first talk a little bit about the differences. So the first iteration of ChatGPT, there was a lot of issues. It was amazing. It was phenomenal. But there was a lot of issues with the first iteration, sometimes referred to as hallucinations, where the results or the outcomes of the questions that you would ask the original ChatGPT would sometimes reveal a lot of falsities and just things that were just flat out untrue. And there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of skepticism about this tool. And you even have people like the venerated Elon Musk, who with a bunch of other thought leaders has brought up an important aspect to artificial intelligence where they have culled their forces together and initiated an initiative basically saying, hey, we need to hit the giant pause button on artificial intelligence, that we're entering these waters too fast. It's too soon, and we're not getting any safety precautions or regulatory oversight that's needed with any of these technologies. You have regulatory oversight over food, drug, a lot of things that could affect us as human beings, especially as Americans, and even the world globally, because America is the beacon to the world, it is the lighthouse to the world. And so what happens here usually reverberates globally, right? So there was a lot of issues. There was the fear of spread of disinformation. There was a fear of students taking advantage of this in school and universities, which I actually don't mind at all, because you know how I feel about universities. Don't even get me started. But this latest version, Chat GPT-4, which I'm paying $20 a month for, it's the Chat GPT Plus version. It's the paid version. The free version is still amazing. The free version is still phenomenal. But what I have been finding with Chat GPT-4, the latest version, it's a little bit slower, but I don't even know if this sounds right. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. It's a little bit more thoughtful and definitely more precise. And so, as somebody who tries to help content creators, business owners, as somebody who makes it my mission to help you earn more, grow faster, and stress less, I'd be remiss. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't talk about this amazing tool. And I've been using this tool for my consulting business. I've been using this tool for my content creation. It has fast tracked, streamlined every menial task, copywriting, captions for content, ideation, strategy, content marketing, advertising, paid and organic. The whole 9 yards. It's helped me with graphic design. Anything that you can imagine that are the sort of, I don't even like to say menial tasks, but for lack of a better word, the tasks that take you away from doing the things that you love to do but are necessary for your content business. I find that ChatGPT has been a fantastic, and that's just one of many AI tools. As a matter of fact, replay viewers, podcast listeners, and live viewers, I would love to blow up this comment section. And I want to throw this out right off the bat. If you could share some of your favorite experiences, some of your favorite tools, some of your favorite methodologies for implementing generative AI, ChatGPT-4, and the free version of ChatGPT-3, 3.5 are still phenomenal, but there's so many other tools. One that comes to mind just right off the bat, I've been really experimenting with Canva AI, text to image, et cetera, and it's phenomenal. This is the greatest disruption, I'll say it again, since the iPhone. Hey, Seti, good to see you, man. Seti's in the house. How are you? Long time no see. Larry Snow, for the love of God. Larry, where you been, man? It's so good to see you. Larry says, although AI is taking the media by storm, as well as with creatives, I always wonder how much of the discussion is actually happening from everyday citizens. That is a phenomenal question. That is a phenomenal question, Larry. And let me tell you this. I don't think we've even seen, we haven't even scratched the surface of this. I still think, I'm an older dude. I'm not quite the boomer, but I'm a Gen X. And, but I feel like a boomer, especially when I wake up in the morning. Oh, my back. Okay. I won't go into that. I think you bring up an excellent point. I don't think that this tool has even come close to reaching the masses. I don't think that people have really fully grasped what artificial intelligence is, how this tool will evolve over the next 5 to 10 years, how this tool could usurp and replace a lot of positions, a lot of verticals, a lot of industries, a lot of jobs. I read an article the other day that McDonald's opened up their very first fully automated restaurant. That's just the beginning. That is just the beginning. Amazon is actually experimenting with robots. I mean, not even experimenting. They've been doing this for a while, but now they're incorporating generative AI to their warehouses. I mean, this is really, really big. One of the biggest jobs that's been created, that has arisen and emerged because of ChatGPT and other iterations that are very similar. Because look, ChatGPT is just one brand from OpenAI, and they've really kind of knocked the lid off this thing and launched this into the cultural zeitgeist. But there's so many other tools and so many other companies that have very similar type of chat GPTs with their own AI and generative AI. And so, I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal. I think our great great grandchildren are going to look back at this time and be like, holy macadamia nut, dad, granddad, you lived during the beginning of this? It's phenomenal. And so, oh, Flash in your pan is in the house. Flash, how are you, brother? Flash fam, hashtag Flash fam. It's so good to see you. My man AL is in the house. Yes, Seti. Seti is, I'm so glad you're here, Seti, because I was hoping to see you here because this is such an important topic. And I'm going to screen share. I'm going to show you what I asked ChatGPT-4, and we're going to go through every single 12 ways that ChatGPT-4 generative AI, we're going to fact check, we're going to dive deeper. I'm also going to show you how because what I forgot, I'm sorry, I'm getting so excited, I got ahead of myself. What I was going to say is that one of the, high paying jobs that's emerging from this technology are prompt engineers because the output, oh, this is big, y'all. This is big, Nez Nation. The output is only as good as the input. I've talked about this many times, and I'll go deeper into this later, but I want you to remember this. The output is only as good as the input. So this new job that has emerged, this new job that I think they're not only the salary seems out of this world, but I think it's actually undervalued, are experts, prompt engineers, people who know how to get the most out of these generative AI tools. This is just a whole new era. This is disruption with a capital D. And your boy Nez is bringing you how I have been implementing this. I've got a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel. Check them out later. I'll leave them in the description where I've talked about how I've been using it, what I've been asking it. I do full screen shares, full demos, full reviews. But without further ado, let's get right into this, okay? Because I want to get into this. Yes, Larry Snow. Hey, Angelique, good to see you. Larry Snow says something interesting. I've been using AI mostly for content rewrites, from YouTube titles, descriptions to blog posts, text to images, the wild, wild west, creepy to amazing. Yeah. And there's a lot of problems too. I mean, there's a lot of problems as well. There's and it's not, it's pretty easy to decipher, but there's also this whole deep fake phenomenon, which is interesting. I mean, I'm going to say this. I always have my live streams and my podcast be very, very open-ended, and nothing is really too rehearsed. I have a concept, which I'm going to talk about right now. But if the conversation veers towards the dark side of AI, I have no problem going there later. I want to get through the content first, but I have no problem getting there and even driving down that road because it's a very real one. It's a visceral one. It's one that we should talk about. The Artist Haven Tish, good to see you. Make sure you tap that thumbs up, please, and share this out. Tag me on Twitter. Let's get as many people here as possible. Share it to your community tab. Share it on Facebook. We are live, Nez Nation, on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch. Share this out. I would really, really appreciate it. Okay, check this out. So let's get right into it. Let's jump into the goods. I'll also be taking your questions later. So I'm screen sharing right now. I asked ChatGPT-4. This is the latest iteration. And let me see if I can actually do this where I'll show you the different iterations. So if I go to new chat, so the default on Chat GPT, the latest version, the default okay, is 3.5, but I can actually toggle this. Now look at this. Chat GPT 3.5, the default, is optimized for speed, currently available to plus users. So Chat GPT-3 is the free version, and I've used the free version. My wife uses the free version. I've been using the free version for months. I just recently got Chat GPT-4, but you can see there that the speed is at max level, 5 bars. Reasoning is at 3. Conciseness is at 2 bars. And I don't really have deep demonstrative data on the kind of discrepancies between these, but I just go by what I've been implementing, what I've been using, and what I've researched, and the conciseness and reasoning seems on par there. Now watch this. When I go to Chat GPT-4, okay, look at the reasoning and look at the conciseness. And this is what Elon Musk, I think, is afraid of. This is what a lot of people, okay, are afraid of. The reasoning is at 5 bars max level. Speed is at 2. Conciseness is at 4 bars, which that's really, really important. This tool, what it really, really does, okay, what it really, really does is it's absolutely amazing for saving time. That's what it really is for. It's absolutely amazing for saving time. And so, hey, Robin, good to see you. Great to see you. Yes. Are you a teacher? Easy way to teach your students is all good. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Flash says, I use the free version. Yeah, I love the free version. I have no problem with the free version. I just can't deny how much this has helped my business. I can't deny. Okay, hold on a second. Let me look at you guys. I can't deny. I mean, I've got ChatGPT on my bookmarks on my toolbar. The only things that I have on my bookmark and my toolbar are the things that I absolutely essentially need. All my dashboards, my merch shop, all my analytics, all my sales info, my payment processing info, tools that I use like Canva, and more and more, et cetera, Teachable, et cetera. This has been added to the toolbar, and it's been added to the toolbar, I mean, months ago. So this is an essential expense for my business. The reason being is because it's so unbelievably effective and helpful. But please don't forget this. I want this to be our sort of premise for the entire show today. The output is only as good as the input. Chat prompt engineers is becoming the fastest rising job and position we've seen in decades. And this is a position that pays extremely, extremely well. John Hood, good to see you on LinkedIn. This will empower the individual as much as the corporation. Well said. Absolutely. It absolutely will. Don't sleep on Bard. Yeah, no. That's another thing too. See, this is what happens when you come to a Nez Nation live stream. You don't just get me, who's been doing this since 1555, long time. But we have the greatest online community on planet Earth. Not Earth, Earth. It's a difference. We've got business owners, podcasters, live streamers, content creators, executives. We've got everybody. I love doing our live streams, and I miss y'all so much because we have such amazing minds. The chat is just as, if not more powerful than what I have to say. I'm just a facilitator here. You know what I mean? So absolutely correct, Seti. Bard, Microsoft has implemented and incorporated ChatGPT with Bing. The AI wars are just beginning. Inside the lab with my man PC Tech. How are you, sir? Did you say you were only a Gen Xer? Yeah, I did. But you know what? In my soul, I'm a boomer. In my soul, and maybe in my physicality, I'm probably 95. No, I'm kidding. It's good to see you, PC Tech. How are you, sir? I'm so glad you're here. So we have such an amazing, phenomenal audience here, and I this is a part of my toolbar. This is bookmarked. This is something that is an essential expense for my business, and I love the way John Hood said that this will empower the individual as much as the corporation. Yes, and I have a question for you. I have a question for you. How many of you have drastically reduced your use of Google search? I know I have. I know I have. You're going to see when I go back to the screen share, you're going to see questions. There's a prompt right there, toilet bowl water level. I had this is I mean I stand by everything I say, very very transparent. You're going to see a prompt right underneath my face that says toilet bowl water level. I literally had an issue with my toilet recently, and instead of going on Google, I asked Chat GPT-4 and it was amazing. Maybe I'll show that later, stick around. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT, how do I make more money online as a content creator? And it gave me these 12 ways. Make more money online as a content creator involves growing your audience, diversifying your content, and monetizing your efforts in various ways. Almost sounds like the start of a blog post, doesn't it? And don't even get me started on how you can use ChatGPT-4 and these tools to write endless blog posts, get endless organic free traffic, produce ethos in the online ecosystem as a thought leader in your specific vertical. I think blogging, I mean, I get paid. One of my revenue sources is Medium. How many people know about Medium? Medium is pretty much the number one social media blog site. And I am a member of Medium, where I get paid for articles that are read. Do you think I've used ChatGPT to help me write those articles on Medium and LinkedIn articles that get seen? I get thousands of impressions on LinkedIn articles. You're damn skippy. Because what do we need as content creators and business owners? Let me just look at you real fast. This is very, very important that I say this. What do we need as business owners and content creators? Every business, and look, I look at content creation as a business, especially if you want to do this full time and, get out of the 9 to 5, the grind, and actually do something that you love. You have to look at this as a business. Okay. Oops, my focus. You have to look at this as a business. Okay. Every business needs two things: traffic and conversion. Every business needs two things. You need to get eyeballs and earballs. You need to get people in your store. You need, people coming into your store, coming into your service, coming into your offer. And then you need conversion. So you need traffic. You need, what's the word I'm looking for? I used to work in retail back in the day. Foot traffic. We used to call it foot traffic. What's a good location? I used to sit down with my mom, who's been running businesses her whole life. And when we were opening up a new store, she used to run a leather shoe and handbag store. We would look at locations, and location was always determined by foot traffic. Okay. So it's the same thing in any, doesn't matter if it's online, brick and mortar, doesn't matter. Every business needs two things: traffic and conversion. And so what I'm talking about with implementing and writing blogs with the assistance of ChatGPT and AI generative tools, it's a great way, a fast way to get eyeballs and earballs, get that traffic, get that attention. But then once you get that attention, you have to have a compelling offer. You have to convert. Okay? So this is something that we talk about all the time. I'm just letting you know. So Medium, getting back to what I was saying earlier, Medium is just a phenomenal way for you to get eyeballs and earballs, as I like to call them, traffic. And then I always have a CTA, a call to action, at the end of all my blog posts. And we can talk more about that in a second, but let's check this out. So I asked ChatGPT-4. It gave me 12 ways content creators can make more money online. The first one: produce high quality content, focus on creating content that is engaging, informative, and valuable to your target audience consistently, publishing high quality content will help you build credibility and attract a loyal following. What do you guys think of that? Produce high quality content, focus on creating content that is engaging, informative, and valuable to your target audience. Consistently publishing high quality content will help you build credibility and attract your loyal following. Is it wrong? Of course not. Doing life today, great to see you. How are you? Come on in. Make sure you tap that thumbs up. Thank you, John. Really, really appreciate it. So, I mean, it's not inaccurate. It's not wrong, but it's pretty blasé. It's pretty general, isn't it? This is something that could probably help a early beginner, right? Yes, of course. Nobody wants to create content that's not engaging, that's not informative, and not valuable. What's the point of creating content unless you're just doing it for yourself? But even if you're doing it just for yourself and just for kicks and giggles, why even do it if you don't want it to be good? Consistently publishing high quality content will help you build credibility and attract a loyal following. Absolutely, you want to be top of mind. But again, that's very, very general. What is consistent? What does that mean? How often? What is the accurate number of content? What are the types of content? What exactly will help me build credibility? What is your credibility? Who is your loyal following? A lot of questions to be answered, right? And so I'm going to ask ChatGPT live right here on the podcast. Podcast listeners, I know you might not be able to see this unless you're watching on, we have Spotify video. So unless you're watching this on Spotify, I'm going to ask ChatGPT because, again, remember, output, somebody write that in the chat. Output is only as good as the input, right? So I'm going to ask ChatGPT something after we go through these, and you're going to see how you being somebody as a participant in the power and effectiveness of the generative AI tools is essential. Capital E, essential. If you have the impression that these tools are just going to do everything for you, you are dead wrong. It's not one of these set it and forget it tools. It's just not. It's not one of those tools. Your participation is even more prescient, even more significant than what AI can produce because the output is only as good as the input. Okay. Number 2. Let's look at what number 2 is. Number 2, optimize for search engines, SEO. A lot of you guys, because we have a smart, sophisticated Nez Nation audience, you already know what that means. Implement SEO best practices to make your content more discoverable on search engines like Google, which I just said, search engines like Google are not being used as often as they used to be. I mean, who would have thought in a million years, would any of you guys would have thought that a new technology would disrupt the behemoth, the 800-pound gorilla that Google is? I never in a million years. That's like saying some e-commerce store comes around, or a brand new e-commerce store is disrupting Amazon and putting Amazon out of business. Never in a million years would I ever think that would be possible. This is the beauty of life. This is the beauty of existence. There is nothing guaranteed, and it is continually and frequently fraught with surprises and spontaneity. There is no such thing as a guarantee. There is no such thing as a certainty, especially in innovation and technology. I never in a million years would have thought anything could disrupt Google. And now you have a tool that is literally taking millions and millions of traffic and users away from these search engines. It just is. I know I can honestly say without a shadow of hyperbole, I use Google 50% less than I used to. I still use Google, but I use it 50% less than I used to. Never in a million years would I have thought that. More discoverable on search engines like Google. This includes using relevant keywords, optimizing meta descriptions, and creating well-structured content. What do you guys think of that? Number 2. What do you guys think of number 2? Yep. There it is. Lewis is in the house. Meals are only as good as their ingredients. Absolutely. My man AL. Looks like this won't be a day of rest for me. Yeah, I mean, play around with it. There's no doubt, okay? There's no doubt that all of you guys, and here's the thing, I want to make this very amenable and very easy to translate for everybody because I know for a fact that 90%, this is what's so amazing about this, even though NBC has covered this, even though mainstream media has covered this, even though pretty much everything you see on Twitter and online is all talking about artificial intelligence. I mean, let me know how many times a day you see something on AI or some variation. I mean, it's all day, every day, right? But here's something I really, really want to advocate and something that I want to impress upon you. It's not difficult. It's not overwhelming. And it is absolutely essential. So kind of just like you used to play around with, new toys or new inventions or playing around with the internet when it first came out. Some of you guys aren't even old enough for that. Some of you guys were born after the internet. Holy mackerel. Or let's just say, for example, TikTok. When TikTok first came out, I advocated play around with it. It's not the end all be all, but it's not absolutely imperative that you have a presence on TikTok. Well, I've changed my mind now. I think it's absolutely imperative you have a presence on TikTok. And I think the number one thing that stops everybody from experimenting and indulging and utilizing a brand new tool or a brand new innovation or a brand new shiny object, whatever you want to call it, is the thought that I've already got so much on my plate. I don't, it's just too overwhelming. It sounds weird. It sounds, what is this creepy generative AI chat? What? Huh? Who? Huh? I get it. I totally get it. But is within your best interest, business owners, content creators, professionals. I mean, there's nobody on planet Earth, students, professors, teachers, administrators. Everybody should be playing around with this and just tinkering and just tinkering. I truly believe, like everything in my life, I've learned everything pretty much through osmosis. Of course, I've had people that have inspired me and teachers and mentors, etc. But really, the gist of everything that I've been able to accrue through my life has come through osmosis. Just play around with it, tinker with it. It's not overwhelming. Get the free version for now, and I'll talk a little bit more about what Chat GPT-4 and how I've been using it and what it's done for me. And don't forget, guys, I have a free gift for you. In the pinned comment, I have the top Chat GPT prompts, a free download. Go get that. It's also in the description and in the show notes, podcast listeners. Okay. John says SEO and streamlining the customer journey with consistent messaging for effective CRO, conversion rate optimization. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic. So let me get back to this. So very general, extremely general. Yeah. Do you want to have SEO optimization? Yes. Depending on your vertical, depending on what type of content you create. But what I fear, okay, and I always say this when it comes to content creation, is when content creators, business owners hear the word SEO, their titles, their description, their captions, their marketing, their content marketing all turns very robotic and inhuman. So I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but this is what Chat GPT-4 has said how us content creators can make more money online. So let's see what else we have here. Number 3, engage with your audience, interact with your followers through comments, social media, and email. Building a strong relationship with your audience will lead to increased loyalty and support. Again, very general. There's no question, there's no doubt you need to engage with the people who engage with your content. There's no question, no doubt, community is stronger than reach. Okay. You got to have and build a strong community, but how, where, what, when, why? I'm going to kind of go through these a little bit faster because there's 12 of them. Number 4, collaborate with others, partner with other content creators, influencers, or brands to expand your reach and attract new followers. This one's fantastic. I couldn't agree more. Especially if you have an audience that aligns with another content creator's audience. More specifically, if you can connect with creators, live streamers, podcasters, brands, influencers, etc., that have products, services, or audiences that your audience could add value to, that your content could add value to. Because if you don't have any way of serving them and it's become abundantly apparent you're just here to serve yourself, you're in bad boogie. That is probably the content creator's North Star. Is it's very abundantly obvious. Thank you, Flash. It's very abundantly obvious if you're self-promoting yourself. Even if you think you're sneaky, even if you think you're tricky, it's very, very obvious. And if you find yourself wondering why nobody wants to collaborate with me, nobody wants to reach out to me, nobody's inviting me to events, speaking engagements, conferences, summits, etc., it could be that what they've experienced and how your reputation has preceded you is one that, they're just guising value. They're guising value through self-promotion. What they're doing is they're putting up a facade. They're saying they want to provide value to my audience, but all they're really doing is promoting themselves. I see this also in comments too, and it always surprises me where you'll see, I get this all the time, where other creators in your niche will leave a comment that seems supportive or seems like whatever, but they always manage to throw in there something about themselves. Like, oh, hey, I do this too. Or, hey, I have this coming up. Or, hey, I also, it's like, wait a minute, come on, man. Come on. No. Be careful of that. Sneaky. Even if you think you're being slick, it's very transparent. People can see right through that. Always do your best. This is my best advice. Don't even talk about yourself. There's really no need to ever promote yourself in your content. Literally, there's no need. If you bombard, if you absolutely smother your viewer, your audience, your listener, your reader with amazing, inspiring, helpful, funny, entertaining content, whatever your content is, that's enough promotion. That speaks louder than, hey, look at me, or hey, I can do this, or hey, da 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 da. And I'm not saying don't engage in call to actions. Call to actions are important. You want to let your audience know you're open for business. You want to let your audience know that they can work with you, et cetera, et cetera. You have offers, of course. This is very subtle and very nuanced. We'll talk more about that in a second. So yeah, so very, very general. But very, very important. A lot of this so far. Let me know in the comments what you think of Chat GPT-4's advice so far. Number 5, diversify your content. Offer a variety of content formats such as blog posts, videos, podcasts, and live streams to cater to different preferences and platforms. I've been talking about this. It's on the thumbnail. I've been talking about this for, I can't even tell you how long I've been talking about this. It's on the thumbnail, for crying out loud. We talked recently about, and I was mentioning this to you, the big R word, and nobody wants to talk about it. How the creator economy is facing a major, major recession. No, Robin. No, you did not do that. Robin says, did I do that by saying I want to write books? Of course not. You're just engaging with the chat, and that's fantastic that you want to write books. I want you to engage as much as possible on these videos, on these live streams. I want the comment section, because we have such an amazing Nez Nation audience, the greatest online community on planet Earth. I want you to engage. I want you to be a part of the conversation and participate. I'm doing my best to make sure that you're being heard and make sure that I'm serving you. And if I'm not, hold me accountable. The recession is here with a capital R. And I've noticed it across all of my channels, across all of my businesses, across all of my brands. If you have too, let me know in the comments. If you depend solely on AdSense, you're in trouble. If you depend solely on one platform, you're in trouble. Especially if that platform, as you know, as a content creator and a business owner, nothing just goes like this forever. Content creation and business owner is more like this. It's a roller coaster. You have your up months, your down months, good weeks, good days, bad days. There is nothing I love more besides hanging out with y'all than waking up early in the morning, grabbing my coffee, and looking at all my dashboards. I have all my dashboards laid out, sales, revenue, etc. Analytics. I love looking at that every single morning. A lot of people say, Nez, you're killing yourself. You shouldn't do that. You should always look at things, on a quarterly basis, a monthly basis. No, no, no. I check every single day because I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. I love this stuff. There's nothing I want to miss. Plus, I love it. I love checking it out. I love seeing sales go up. I love seeing views go up. I love seeing, what I can do and learning from the information and the data to make better content for y'all, to make better services and offers, et cetera, et cetera. And the only way to do that is to stay on top of it. So I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in making sure that you're always trying to stay abreast of what's the latest changes. And so if I just had one dashboard up as opposed to many, if I relied on one platform, one revenue stream, and just completely, because you hear this all the time. People say, no, no, focus on one thing. All you got to do is just focus on one thing. Focus on one platform. Get good at that. Don't, you're spreading yourself too thin. You know how many times people have said, I'm spreading myself too thin? You know how many people, and let me know if you disagree with me. There's probably a lot of people who disagree with me right now listening to this and watching this. That's fine. That's cool. I don't care. You can disagree with me, but I'm paying my mortgage. I'm paying for my kid's house. I'm paying for my kids. I'm a husband. I'm a wife. I'm a wife. Well, hey, these days, that's not too off. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I have a mortgage. I run multiple businesses. I am not doing anything that I hate anymore. I have completely left the university system. I mean, I teach a couple online classes part-time, but I'm no longer at the approval behest of higher ed administrators that don't know squat douche about what's happening in the real world. If you look at my channel trailer, you'll hear my whole story. If you check out my channel trailer on my YouTube channel, my whole story is there. What I really think about the North American educational system. And it's just, you don't want to know right now. I don't want to get into it because it'll get me heated. Heatedness coming up, incoming heatedness. If I only relied on one revenue stream, if I only relied on one platform, if I didn't diversify, there's no way I would make it. So if people are telling you you're doing too much, if people are telling you that you're spreading yourself too thin, you can listen to that. You can take that advice. And I'm sure there is context and circumstances where that may be the case, but I want this bad. And I know that every successful content creator, every successful business that I know of is not dependent on anybody who is able to sustain themselves as an entrepreneur, as a self-employed business owner, knows that they have more than one revenue stream. It's not just one specific revenue stream. They have multiple revenue streams. Yes, absolutely. Flash says, I've always believed to always have more than one iron in the fire. Yes, absolutely. Yes, you probably would have, Flash. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Robin. It's so good to see you. So great to see you. Robin says, I know what you mean. My brother says the same thing. Thank you for being honest. I've heard that others that they are not in my heart and shows. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. So diversify is a good one. I like diversify. I have no problem with diversify. Number 6, monetize through ads. Enable ads on your content to generate revenue through platforms like Google AdSense, YouTube, or sponsored content. Yes, you want to enable ads, but it doesn't go into great detail. This is very surface level stuff. It doesn't go into great detail on how to implement them, where to implement them. What do you mean by sponsored content? What are the intricacies? What are the details that go into that? But yeah, that's a no-brainer because YouTube's going to put ads on your content anyway. These platforms are going to put ads on your content anyway. Facebook, Instagram. You want to enable monetization and get a piece of the action because they're going to put ads on your platform anyway. They're going to put ads on your content anyway. That is their number one major source of revenue is advertising dollars. It's a media company, essentially, UGC. Number 7, offer premium content. Create exclusive content such as courses, webinars, or premium articles and charge for access. Consider using platforms like Patreon, Substack, or Teachable to facilitate this. So I use Teachable. I can relate to this. I agree with this. But I don't agree with this for everybody. Not everybody should create a paywall. Not everybody should create a membership. It also depends on your DNA as a content creator and a business owner. It also you need to consider what is the best avenue, what is the best way you can serve your audience, how do you incentivize them to be willing to take out their paycheck and pay you for content that otherwise they could be getting for free. What is exclusive content? What does that look like? Okay, so they need to get into more detail. But I agree, that is definitely one way to make more money. Number 8, sell products or services. Develop and sell your own products, such as merchandise, ebooks, or digital downloads, or offer services like coaching or consulting. 100%. My consulting agency is probably my biggest revenue source. I help creators and businesses with their content, with their businesses, with their brand. I can absolutely vouch for this. It is, and it's probably, and I've talked about this in many live streams in the past, it's probably the lowest hanging fruit, if there is such a thing as the lowest hanging fruit. And it is probably the easiest way, especially if you just do this over Zoom using free tools. I've talked about this in an entire live stream. Probably the easiest way to make money online. When I say easy, please put quotes around that, because nothing is easy, but it is the lowest hanging fruit, maybe the lowest barrier to entry is a better way to put it, where you can monetize your expertise just by creating a landing page, an offer that is compelling. And my content has been the number one traffic gainer for my consulting agency, especially LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, etc. It's a great way to diversify your income streams, and trading time for money. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I hear a lot of people kind of downplay that and degrade that. I think there's nothing wrong with trading your time for money. I make a lot of money trading my time for money. So I absolutely agree with that one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. That's a good one. Number 8. Number 9. Oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. Utilize affiliate marketing. Promote products or services from other companies and earn a commission for every sale made through your referral links, which leads me to Look at this beautiful segue. A lot of you guys ask me all the time. You say, hey, Nez, this is how you do it. You want to know how to do affiliate marketing? Watch and listen to this, what I'm going to do right now. I get this question all the time. Hey, Nez, you're live on Facebook. You're live on YouTube. You're live everywhere. You're getting more bang for your buck. You're getting more traction for one piece of content. You're able to bring up these cool overlays. You're able to bring up all these cool comments like flash in your pan. Like, look at this. You're able to have this cool ticket taper. You're able to screen share. How are you able to do this? What are you using? I'm not a tech person. I don't know how to do this. Well, I use, as somebody who's been live streaming since 1575, I've tried them all. The one that I use, I've tried every live stream software you can imagine. I've tried every third-party encoder tool you can imagine. The one that I use is the one I'm using right now. It's StreamYard. The reason I use it is because it's free, it's easy, it's convenient. I get the paid version, okay, the pro version, because of my business. But with my link in the description and the show notes, it's browser-based too. You don't have to download anything. With my link, you don't even have to put in a credit card. All you literally need to do is sign up. Doesn't cost you a thing, 100% free. Start going live, and you don't have to put in a credit card. You get a free trial for 14 days. Holy macadamia nut. Can I get an amen in the comments? Go check out StreamYard. It is the best free live stream software, so you can do what I do. You can brand yourself. You can go live in multiple places. You can make your audience feel like they're acknowledged and appreciated by bringing comments up on the screen. It's phenomenal. I also get the question, hey, Nez, what kind of microphone do you use? You talk about content creation. You talk about shorts. You talk about video content. What kind of lighting? What kind of camera? What kind of gear? What kind of storage? What do I need, Nez? Well, I'm an Amazon influencer. I have my very own Amazon storefront. And on that storefront, if you go to amazon.com/shop/Professor Nez, I've got a live stream gear accessories list of all the budget-friendly products that I use and vouch for. Easy peasy. Go check them out. It's all in one site. And you can check them out. Go to amazon.com/shop/Professor Nez. Again, amazon.com /shop/Professor Nez. That's how you do it, y'all. Believe in yourself. Good to see you. How are you? Yes, Tish says, I paid for Pro. Best software. Yep, Tish, you got it. Absolutely. StreamGuard. Who said StreamGuard? Flash in your pants says, I have 2 paid StreamYard accounts. I love your profile picture, by the way, Flash. Fantastic. So yes, affiliate marketing is, again, you want to talk about lowest hanging fruit. Affiliate marketing is fantastic. Number 10, secure sponsorships. Partner with brands or companies to create sponsored content in exchange for payment. One of probably the most lucrative revenue streams for content creators and businesses. Don't forget, content creators, you are not just a YouTuber, you are a media entity who is creating content that lives in perpetuity and is forever on the internet. You are a producer, you're the talent, you're the key grip, you're the lighter, you're the audio mixer, you're the editor, you're the marketer. You're wearing a million hats as a content creator. Each one of those positions is a chargeable feature. You can charge, itemize your list when you approach brands. I have a media deck. If you want to take a look at my media deck, let me know and I'll send it to you. But it doesn't give specifics, okay? It doesn't give specifics. Number 11, grow your social media presence. Cross-promote your content on different social media platforms and use strategies like giveaways or contests to attract more followers. I like that. I couldn't agree more. But how, why, where? I'm going to show you what I'm going to write in just a second. Number 12, analyze your performance, regularly review your analytics to identify what's working well and what needs improvement. Adjust your content and monetization strategies accordingly. So what do we think? What do we think of these 12 ways to make more money online? Let me know in the comments. I respond to all the comments personally. Replay viewers, podcast listeners, let me know what you think of this list. Is this list viable? Is it accurate? Where do you see inaccuracies? Where would you like more? Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? I would love to hear from you. My take, I asked the first question. This is what it gave me. All 12 of these are 100% accurate, 100% viable. But do they really help me? Is this a tool that I can effectively, implement for my own brand, for my own business, for my own content? So that's something that I really think this live stream, this show, this video is really going to bring you the most capital V value. Because right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a volunteer in the comments right now. Give me your niche. Give me your vertical. What industry are you in? What is your content? Who does your content serve? And we're going to live, as we're doing this, I'm going to show you how I get more from using these tools and how you can too. Remember what I said at the beginning. Output is only as good as the input. Output is only as good as the input. These tools have zero impact, zero significance without your appropriate, accurate, specific, and sophisticated questioning, probing, and interrogating of these generative tools. It's absolutely everything. It's absolutely essential. So here's what I want. I want to volunteer. And we're going to try to get the most. Hey, Angie's in the house. Yeah, grow with Angie. How are you, girl? It's so good to see Angie. I love me some Angie. Angie, you're the best. How are you, girl? Good to see you. Please tap that thumbs up if you're just joining us. Okay, flash in your pan. I love it. Flash in your pan. So teaching gold panning, gold prospecting, and treasure hunting. So watch this. Ooh, that's a tough one too. So watch this. You're going to see this live. Okay, so watch this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I always say please because I'm scared of these things. Please apply these 12 ways to a niche about gold prospecting. I'm doing this on the fly, and treasure hunting. Watch this. Period. Please add specific examples for each. Watch this. Watch this. Here's the response. You're watching this live right now. Check this out. So you can see that it's a little bit slow, okay? Like the original Chat GPT was a lot faster, okay? But you're going to notice how the answers, okay, have a little more depth, have a little more specificity to them. So it's on number 8 right now. So what it's doing is it's going through every way to make more money as a content creator, and then you can see it's adding an example. It's adding an example. And by the way, I'm really not sure these answers are going to really be helpful. So I might have to. And let me know in the comments, what should I do? What should I ask to make this even better? So let's start from the top. So again, just really quickly, a real quick recap. I asked ChatGPT-4, this is the paid version, the most advanced version of this OpenAI generative artificial intelligence tool. I asked it, how can content creators make more money online? It gave me these 12 ways. Now I'm applying it specifically. I said, please apply these 12 ways to a niche about gold prospecting and treasure hunting. Please add specific examples for each. And also, I can give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Your participation in these generative tools actually culls the data and sends it back to OpenAI so they can make this better. So I've turned that on. So number 1, producing high quality content. Create informative and engaging content about gold prospecting and treasure hunting techniques, tools, and locations. Share personal experiences, expert interviews, and historical anecdotes that offer valuable insights to your audience. Example, write a blog post or produce a video on the top 10 gold prospecting techniques every treasure hunter must know, with detailed explanations and visuals. Flash, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? I love this comment from Angie. I'm going to age myself. What are you talking about? I'm like 20 years older than you. I don't like this. I want to be creative. I want the process of thinking, dreaming, ideas, and putting in the work. If I fall behind, I do. Knowing I did all the grind. Love your honesty. I love the way you said that. So Flash gives me a thumb up. Flash gives me a thumbs up. Let's go with number 2. And then, by the way, I want you to leave your niche and I want you to leave your vertical. Maybe I'll do Angie next, or Trish if you want to get in here. Tish or Trish? I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot. Let's go down a little bit, see what it says about diversify. Number 5, diversify your content. Offer a range of content formats such as articles, videos, podcasts, and live streams, focusing on various aspects of gold prospecting and treasure hunting. Example, host a live stream treasure hunt event, which I know you've done this, Flash, where viewers can follow along and participate in real time. Absolutely fantastic. So here's what I want to say, because I love Angie's comment, and absolutely, I could not agree more with Angie's comment. I'm older than you think. That's funny. Believe in Yourself says, if you think of a standard comment as a bare wireframe and add this colored pipe cleaners of raw emotional energy so that the target can feel what was in my heart that inspired the comment. Okay. So here's what I want to say, because I love this. I love this comment from Angie. I'm gonna bring this back. I love this comment, Angie. And here's what I would say to that. You still definitely, absolutely have to do everything. You have to do the entire grind. I think people have a misnomer. I'm not saying you do, and I love where you're coming from. I think people have the wrong impression of what ChatGPT and what these tools can do. Much like using a graphic design assistant tool like Canva, Photoshop, or Easel, it's just a tool that enables you to enhance and augment and streamline your creativity. This is a tool as well. Yes, it may seem like it's more involved. It may seem a little more sophisticated. It may seem like it's mimicking or mocking creative tendencies or creative output, but it's really not. What I've been doing with ChatGPT, what I've been doing with all these different AI tools is, first of all, you saw the first iteration. It was so blasé. It didn't really help me quite at all. And I have, again, videos where I go a little more in depth and I screen share and talk exactly about how I'm using these tools. But without your aid, without your creativity, without your input, the output means absolutely nothing. So think of it more as just another tool in your tool belt, much like Photoshop or much like Final Cut Pro, right? To edit our videos, or iMovie or Premiere Pro. The output is only as good as your input. All it can do is help you streamline your creativity and enhance and augment. And what I need more than anything, cut the time in half. I actually have used it to, I've actually used it to, help me with ideation, titles, thumbnails, captions, copywriting, email newsletters, and it's been remarkable. I still need to add my creativity and my taste and my voice and my spin, but it's just another tool. It's just something to bounce ideas off of. Does that make sense? Okay, Tish, the artist Haven says, I agree, but I'm also not superhuman and sometimes I get stuck. ChatGPT has opened my mind to new ideas and helped me outline my journey. It's a tool, not an employee. I love that. It can be an employee. It certainly can be. Hey, B Sparks Gaming, what's up, Brendan? How are you, sir? It's so good to see my man, Brendan, in the house. Miss you, brother. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. We want to see you more here, man. We want to see you more here. Okay. So somebody give me another niche. Somebody give me another niche. I want to put in something else. Let's see if I can help Angie's gardening. It's the gardening channel, right? Apply these 12 ways to make more money as a content creator to a channel about gardening. Please illustrate specific examples and concrete ways to implement these 12 methods. See how that's kind of a real intricate kind of way of asking it, but let's see what happens. Asking is going to be an art form now. Asking generative AI is going to be an art form. It's already a job. It's just a tool. It's an assistant. It's culling all the, and by the way, you might say like, oh, none of this is really applicable, and that's totally fine too. But it could, see, creativity is an interesting thing. Let me look at you guys real fast while it's doing this. Or actually, I didn't even screen share. So it's doing it. So here's what I want to say really quickly. As somebody who's been a creator for a very long time. Hey, Timothy on LinkedIn, good to see you. How are you, sir? Great to see you, Timothy. It's great to have you here. Please tap that thumbs up. Vasu, good to see you. Vasu's in the house. How are you, Vasu? Creativity is a funky, mercurial thing. And I get my best ideas when I take my dog Blue on walks. When I get away from everything, I get away from my desk, I get away from my computer, I get away from screens. Movement. Theodore Roosevelt once said, get action, get sane. I 100% abide by that. And I can tell you without a shadow of doubt that my walks are my greatest form of ideation. They're more important in some ways than, having an editing software. I'm telling you the truth. Creativity is a funky thing. I will get ideas that get sparked from the strangest places, from the most bizarre, odd circumstances that you can imagine. I'll give you an example. The other day I was walking by this creek with my dog, and I saw a beautiful swallow in the creek. For some reason, the way the swallow turned its neck sparked some strange memory, that sparked some strange scenario that brought me back to my childhood. And it made me think about what I would have done differently in that situation, which actually led to how those situations have helped me grow as a human being, which led me to an idea for, I mean, it's an idea for a piece of content. Ideas, creativity is a very, very bizarre, milky, murky, funkadelic universe to live in. It's almost impossible to understand it. It's almost impossible to pin it down and nail it down. It's almost impossible to create where to kind of have it on demand, if you will. It's just a funky, funky thing. And so, what really is happening with this tool, with AI, with artificial intelligence, and Chat GPT-4 specifically, is it's kind of getting the ball rolling. You know, it's still all you. It's still all you. But it can be just a simple nudge, just a very simple, almost on a molecular, microscopic level, a microscopic nudge, because creativity is such a mystifying thing. And it's not about coming up with answers. It's not about coming up with the right way. It's not about coming up with, this is how I'm going to do it. Even though I'll be honest with you, sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's the title I'm going to use. I'm not even kidding you. When I've experimented with titles and ideation, a couple of them I've been like, you nailed it right on the head. It's really, though, to me, my biggest takeaway from these tools, it gets that creativity ball rolling, and it can help fast track, spark inspiration. It's still coming from you. I hope that makes sense. No. It's not that. I know, Angie, I love you to death. You're not giving me a hard time. No, this is good. This is how it should be. You know, you got to tell the truth. I don't want collaborators and fellow creators to just say, hey, Nez, you're doing everything good. And yeah, I agree with you. No. I love your viewpoint, and it's absolutely 100% accurate. So I absolutely love it. Larry Snow says, staring at a blank cursor can be intimidating to some. How should I ask? What should I ask? What exactly would you like to see happen? What exactly are you struggling with? Are you struggling with content ideas? Are you struggling with diversified revenue streams? Are you struggling with titles, thumbnails? Are you struggling with a blog post? Are you struggling with an about section for your website? What are you struggling with? And you can quite simply just ask it, okay? And oh, you know what? Let's get back to this real quickly. And Larry, feel free to ask me, and I'm happy to use your niche as an example. I would love to do that. Angie, so I actually asked this for Angie. I said, apply these 12 ways to make more money as a content creator to a channel about gardening. Please illustrate specific examples and concrete, I should have said ways. Let me actually do this. So number one, produce high quality content, create engaging and informative content about various gardening topics such as planting techniques, garden design, plant care, and pest control. Now, you might be saying include expert advice, step-by-step tutorials, and stunning visuals to captivate your audience. Now, Angie, if I look at this and I'm you, I might go, well, duh, I do that all the time, right? But again, it's not about specifically answering your question. Sometimes just seeing garden design, or sometimes just hearing plant care, or sometimes pest control, it might veer you into a direction that can give you a brand new creative idea. Because like I was saying before, creativity is very, very mystifying, and it doesn't do what we want. It's an elusive mistress. She never, ever, ever can be called on demand. She's never there when you want her to be there. It's just another tool, just another tool. At least that's how I'm using it. If you don't look, you don't need any of these tools. You don't, as a matter of fact, Angie's doing just fine without AI. Most of the people in the chat right now are doing phenomenally well without any artificial intelligence, without using any of these AI tools, right? Example, create a video series on how to start a vegetable garden for beginners with detailed explanations and visuals for each step. Now, here's what I want to ask. I want to say, watch this. Let's see what it does. I'm going to ask ChatGPT-4, can you go into more detail and explanation about how to create the video for step number 1? See what it says here. Certainly. How to start a vegetable garden. Okay, so it actually gives you a little bit more. Again, by probing and interrogating, you can get more. It has to have your participation. It can't think for itself. It needs your assistance. So look at this. Let's say you liked number 1. Like, let's say you liked that example of how to start a vegetable garden for beginners. I just asked ChatGPT-4, go into it with more detail. So it says, it comes up with a, look at this, it's still writing, over 5-point, basically outline on how to carry this out and how to execute this, which is really interesting, actually. I mean, this is getting into real granular details on how to do this. So let's go from the top. Plan your video content. Outline the key points you want to cover, such as choosing a location, preparing the soil, selecting plants, planting techniques, and maintenance. Break down each key point into smaller subtopics to provide more detailed information. Write a script. Write a script that covers each key point and subtopic. Make sure to use simple language that is easy for beginners to understand. You could just use this as sort of a skeletal blueprint, you know? If that's helpful, great. If it's not, great. Doesn't have to be helpful. Exactly. Good thing it said edit the video. You don't want to forget that. Exactly. I love it. Fantastic. If everyone is using AI, it makes me not want to use it, says Brendan. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't need to. But I will say this, because this is an interesting comment, because I know you're joking, Brendan, but there's probably a lot of truth to that too. I would say that it's really, really, I mean, if you trust me at all, if I have any ethos in your view, it has helped me immensely in a lot of different ways. Not just content creation, but all the menial tasks that come with content creation, right? Descriptions, caption, blog posts, marketing, distribution, title ideation, summaries, bios, about sections, copywriting. I mean, it's helped me with so many email newsletters. It's helped me with so many menial tasks. The creativity still belongs to me. But I would say this, and I'm not pointing out Brendan or Angie. This is not, I mean, you guys are phenomenally talented and you understand the power of this. But I will say this, there's a lot of people listening and watching that might go like, no. This is definitely not something I even want to entertain. I think you do that at your own peril. I truly do. Because this tool is so disruptive. It's not going to go backwards. It's as big as the invention of the iPhone. It's as big a disruption as any landmark, innovative launching of a new product or service or invention. I think it's very, very important to at least tinker with it, at least play with it. You can dislike it, but just because you dislike something doesn't mean that it has amazing significance in your niche, in your industry, in the economy as we know it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to even use it. But I think talking about it, at least experimenting and tinkering with it, more importantly for content creators, your audience it's going to create more ethos for your audience, because this is something that, as somebody who's an ambassador to the creator economy and a host of the #1 creator economy podcast, I wouldn't be doing my job. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this. And believe me, I was skeptical when I first used it. I was very, very, no. I'm a creator at heart. Even though I run businesses and I run multiple brands and channels, I'm a creator at heart. I love creating content more than anything. At first I was very, very against any of this stuff. I was very skeptical and highly scrutinizing of any of this stuff, but it's here to stay. It's here to stay, and it's only going to get more and more advanced. I think Elon Musk was on a show recently. He said by 2029, we're going to have a super digital intelligence that's going to make Chat GPT-4 look like a toddler. Technology only moves forward, not backwards. So just something to kind of pay attention to, something to, I would say at the very least, have an open mind towards it. At least have an open mind towards it. And again, the output is only as good as the input. But I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of this demonstration? What did you think of these 12 ways to make more money as a content creator? Which one do you think stands out the most to you? Which one do you think you would like to implement first? And your overall thoughts on ChatGPT-4 and artificial intelligence. I would love to hear from you. I respond to all the comments personally. Now, I said I had a gift for you guys. I put together a free download. It's in the pinned comment on YouTube. It's in the description of the show notes. And it is an absolute step-by-step guide of the top ChatGPT prompts that you can use as a content creator. So Larry, if you're still here, Larry, let me know if you're still here. If you're wondering, how do I ask, what do I ask, or where do I even begin? I've got you covered. It's an absolutely 100% free download in the pinned comment, in the show notes, and in the description. Top ChatGPT prompts for content creators, free download. Takes you 2 seconds. Go get it right now for free. Does anybody have any questions before we get out of here? Anybody have any questions at all before we get out of here? I love you guys so much. Don't forget always, if you want to be a VIP insider, this is also free. This is your sure-proof way to never miss out on another live stream, contest, giveaway, new video, helping you earn more, grow faster, and stress less in the creator economy. I want to hear from you. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see. Let me know what kind of live streams, what kind of topics. I will create them for you. And I'll even give you a shout out. If it's a great idea, I'll even do a shout out. Yes, Flash. Yeah, I loved your tweet, Angie. I absolutely loved your tweet. Angie says, I'm going to start ignoring the algorithm and content. Yeah, and metrics. That's probably something, you know what? Maybe I should do a live stream on that. Should I do it? Should I do an entire show about, overdoing it with analytics versus just letting go and kind of quote unquote using the force? I mean, that's an interesting topic. I kind of like that. I think people get too overwhelmed with analytics and data, and maybe even use that instead of trusting their own instincts and intuition. If you want to hear me, if you'd like to see me do a show, see, I get the best ideas from you guys. I don't get the best ideas from something else or AI. I get the best ideas from you. That's why I want you guys to let me know in the comments. Leave a comment. Let me know, what are some challenges? What are some struggles? What are some problems that you're facing as a content creator, as a business owner, as a personal brand? I will create an answer and a solution for you. I'm here for you, not for me. I'm here for you. Yeah, I love that interview with Casey. I absolutely loved that interview on the Flagrant podcast. Yeah, big shout out. That was a huge, huge interview. I saw that too. Love it. Thank you, B Sparks. You're the best, man. Love you guys. Love you guys. As always, it's your boy Nez, hoping that your week goes fantastic, hoping everything goes great for you. Again, let me know in the comments, what you would like to see, hear from me, and I will create that for you. Don't forget to go get that free download in the show notes, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Top Chat GPT prompts that you can use right now today. I think it's like 30 prompts to help you with your content creation and assist you, and even just kind of get a taste of what artificial intelligence is. So go get that right now. And I love y'all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Have a great, great, great week.